Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Chris here, and today on the bar we've got something a little different here, something we haven't tried yet. And I've only had the independent version of this particular Scotch, so we have the distillery version of it here today. They were, or still are, I should say, are still discontinuing this here at the MLCC. So it was on for a pretty good deal. So it's something I've always kind of wanted to try on its own, but it was really expensive, and truth be told, I wasn't really too impressed with it when from the indie bottle. So I thought, well, I don't really want to spend the money and get a full bottle of the Diageo Expression if I didn't really care for it. So, but then it was on sale, and it was on for a really good sale. So I thought, well, why not try it? So anyway, it is the Royal Lochnagar. It's a 12-year-old Scotch from the Highlands at 40% ABV. It was established in the early 19th century, and in 1824 it was burnt down under kind of suspicious circumstances. No one really knows what happened. Then it was built up, and then in 1841 it was burnt down, and then in 1845 John Beggs he made it again, and it's still standing today. So it's, I don't know if you've ever seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail, but it's kind of like that. It's this castle that was burnt down, fell, and was built up, and people said he was crazy, and building a castle in a swamp, and then it burnt down again, and fell over, tipped over, fell in the swamp. Then the third one, that was the one that was lost, and that's the one this kid got. So it's kind of like that kind of story, you know. It was burnt down, then raised back up, and then burnt down again, and then in 1841 they think it was the competition that came and burnt it down. They're crazy over there. And then, like I said, in 1845 it was resurrected by John Beggs, and it still stands today. It's in Albergelde Estate, which is really close to Balmoral Castle. So back in the day when Queen Victoria and Prince Albert would go for their trips to Balmoral Castle, they would be like, oh, there's a local distillery, let's go check this out. Well, this tastes pretty good. Let's give it a Royal Warrant. So in 1848 they got the Royal Warrant, and it still stands to this day. And so yeah, but it's now owned by Diageo. It's one of the smallest producing distilleries. I believe they produce about 450,000 liters, which sounds like a lot, but it's not when you consider other distillers are producing millions of liters a year. So it's used in many blends that Diageo owns, including Johnny Walker and the Johnny Walker Blue label. So yeah, so that's kind of the backstory here of Royal Lochnagar. Let's get this guy open here. This is what the box looks like right there. Diageo says they're going to be going away from these boxes. I don't know. I kind of like, it gives it a little bit more prestige. The perceived value is a little higher, you know. It comes in a box or tube, you know, other than just here's the bottle on the shelf kind of thing, you know. I don't know. There's the bottle there. So when I had this before, it was an independent bottler. I forget exactly whose company it was. We had it at our whiskey club for tastings and stuff, and it was just okay. I found it. Yeah, I think it was the time we were at Toad in the Hall. It was this little pub here in Winnipeg, and we had a guy come in, and then he had a whole bunch of different bottles, and we were all sampling them, and then you could buy them there if you wanted. You can place an order. So I think I placed an order for 3 or 4 bottles that night, but one of them was not Royal Lochnagar, just because I don't know, it just didn't. I found it too bitter, you know. I think it would be a good word for it, like bitter and really dry. So What I'm going to do, well, we're going to open this up. We're going to see what it's like on its own, and then we're going to try it with a little bit of water. But what I want to do, and I've seen another guy do this, he let it sit and let it open up. And he said it, and then with some water, he says it was much, much, much better. I think it was Ralphie that did that, I think, but I'm not 100%, but I think it could have been him. And he said it's much, much, much better. And so what I am going to do, if that's the case, if it's off-putting here right off the bat, and with some water, what I'm going to do is I have this decanter here, which is, if you recognize this bottle here, it is the Hibiki Harmony bottle, and it's a really cool looking decanter. So I got it all washed out, smells all gone. Yeah, it doesn't smell like Japanese whiskey anymore, but it's a really cool looking decanter. So I thought, well, I'll keep that. And it's the same size as, it's actually, this is only 700 milliliters, and this is 750. So it will hold it. So I'm going to pour it into a decanter, and I'm going to let it sit there for about 12 to 18 hours and let it open up. And then we will come back to it again and do a second tasting of it. And we'll see if, in fact, it is better. Who knows? I don't know. I've never tried it before, so let's get into this guy here. Can I open this up here? I think I can. Oh yeah, I can. There we go. Oh, wait, no. Already buggered it. Little tab came off. That's okay. This gives me an opportunity to use my brand spanking new knife by Delta 7 Gear. And my good buddy, Alexander Forsyth. And any excuse to use this knife, I do. It's a really cool knife. It comes in this little pelican kind of looking case. There's the knife itself. And underneath here, it's got a little cleaning cloth, super cool sticker, and then a little card here. Look, it looks like a little business card, and it is a full-on description of your particular knife. So super, super, super cool. People that have seen my channel before know what that is. It's the Cura. There's only 600 of these things made, so really limited number on it. And he's got 4 different colors out, and there's only 150 of each color, so that's the 600. So really, really, really limited knife. Super, super, super cool. And it's a cool, really quick release knife. And I won't show it to you here because I gotta find a way to zoom in or focus on it, and I don't know if it'll do it or not. But anyway, it is serial number 007. So how cool is that? But this is how it opens. There's a little lever here, and that's it. I love this knife. It's like the ultimate fidget spinner. You know, if you remember the fidget spinners back in the mid 2000s, I guess they were kind of popular. It's like that, but this is really, really, really cool. So let's just open this up here gently without cutting myself and without buggering everything else up. There we go. All right. Yeah, so any excuse to use this super cool knife, I do. Love it. So here we go. We'll take this little top off here. Oh, wood top for the cork. I don't think it's a real cork though. No. Smells good though. So just try a little sample in here. Just a little bit, because I may be decanting it. See the color on it? It's obviously for sure colored and chill filtered. It's only at 40%. Diageo loves to color and chill filter things. I don't know why they do that, you know, like, I can understand back in the day, it was acceptable, you know, people wouldn't want to be drinking clear fluids or whatever, you know, and it's like, oh, that looks like water, that doesn't look like real Scotch or anything, because good stuff that sat in casks for a very long time turned out to be this color. But the younger it became and the less ABV it was, then they had to chill filter it and add color to it. And I think adding color definitely changes some of the flavor profiles of it, but you can also hide mistakes with this this caramel color that they put in. And then they chill filter it, and it takes out all of the rest of the awesomeness in this Scotch, you know. But I think it clears up because they don't want to get what's called the Scotch mist, and that's when you add water to your Scotch. If the ABV is a little bit down, it'll cloud over, and some people, I guess maybe back in the day or whatever, didn't like the look of that. Like a cloudy Scotch is supposed to be clear, but nowadays people don't care about that kind of stuff. People want to have non-colored, non-chill filtered Scotch and whiskey because you're taking away a lot of the flavor of the whiskey and of the Scotch that you're paying for. And you know, nobody cares anymore. You know, I could see, like, say all these Highland Parks, or say you've got a whole bunch of Lefroigs or whatever, and you have them on a shelf and you want them all to be the exact same color. Well, then they'll add color to that so it has that brand identification of this color and stuff, that they won't want to be even on the shelf. And maybe they did it for that reason as well. I'm not sure, but like I said, nobody cares anymore, and they'd much rather see their Scotch, their whiskey that they're paying for, be true to what it is and not tampered with and messed with and diminished, you know. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of this coloring and chill filtering, but you know, it is what it is. And I mean, I still enjoy it a lot, but I like it the way, you know, it's supposed to come out of the cask and stuff. You don't need to filter it or anything like that, but whatever. Check the legs out here on it. Like I said, you can see it's definitely been colored. It's quite an orangey tinge to it, you know, like kind of almost bronzy looking, you know. The legs are okay. They're I don't know if you can see that or not. Yeah, they're slow to come down. So when you're checking the legs are just basically how it kind of creeps down the glass. I don't know if you can. I'm not sure if you can see that or not. But what that does is it's basically checking the viscosity of your liquid, whether it's wine, Scotch, tequila, gin, rum, whatever. And if they're thicker legs, you're going to notice that it's going to be more of a fuller, creamier mouth feel and stuff on it, you know, and maybe the ABV is a little higher. Although we do know that this is only 40%, but still 40% is pretty good. You know, it's more than obviously wine that's like 12 to 14%. But it's basically you're checking the viscosity, so you kind of know what to expect within that particular drink. Whether you're going to get a fuller mouth feel or not, whether it's going to be creamier, that's kind of what you're looking for. And then we look for the scent. You see a lot of people doing this a lot. I've done that in the past, but that's perfectly acceptable with wine, and because wine's like sitting at, like I said, 12 to 14%. You're swishing it around, you're getting the alcohol out, and then you take a smell of it, and you can smell the you know, the wine and the fruit and everything like this. But this is like bare minimum is 40%. I'm swishing it around, and it's 40% ABV. You know, some of these are 64.5, some of these are like 68, whatever. You do that, you're swishing that around, and you're getting the alcohol out, and the first thing you smell, you're getting hit in the face with 40% ABV or 60% ABV. It's not a good smell, you know. So you just kind of want to just kind of like swirl it around slowly and just kind of let it kind of breathe that way, you know. You just kind of let it open up a little bit like that, you know, swirling it like that. And then you stick your nose into it. That's all you're going to get is a massive pure alcohol waft to it. So it's probably not the best thing in the world to be smelling. So I just kind of swirl it a little bit. I know Food Quig, he's got the anaconda. I don't even know how he does that, but that's kind of a signature move, and it does, and it works. So you know, and good on him for that, eh? So it's cool. But so yeah, the smell on it is it's definitely honey, vanilla, a little bit of tiny bit of spice to it. Definitely some malty notes to it, for sure. But more honey, some light spice, maybe a little bit of gingerbread. Like, it's not off-putting at all. It smells actually quite nice, but it also smells like has that drying smell to it. Like, it's not like super lush, plump flavors to it. It smells like a drying kind of a smell to it. But yeah, let's try it on a palate and see what that's like. Yeah, there's a little bit of spice to it. A little bit of, I wouldn't say gingerbread spice, but it's not like cinnamon spice. So but it's not a peppery spice either. It's just kind of a light spice, but there's no burn going down the throat. It just kind of coats your mouth, I think, because of the viscosity. It's definitely mouth coating, salivating, kind of a vegetable, kind of like green vegetable kind of flavors to it. A little bitter. Not so much drying though, you know. From the last time I remember having it, it was a very drying note to it. Like your mouth just kind of just puckered up, but it's not like this one at all. Yeah, it's right on the tongue. The spice, it's actually quite nice. But a lot of vegetative notes to it, like pea pods, kind of fresh broccoli kind of notes to it, like just, but not, and a little bitter, but not too bad. Like it's not bad. Like I was expecting not a whole heck of a lot to be honest with you with this one, but it's actually a lot better than what I expected it. I'm just gonna get a little bottle of water here out of the fridge, which I don't have. So I'm going to run upstairs and get a little bit of water, and I will be right back. All right, I'm back here. I've got a little bit of water in here. Check the legs again here. You can see that it's got a slight cloudiness to it, not a whole heck of a lot, but a little bit of cloudiness has kind of come about it since I've added a little bit of water. I didn't add a whole heck of a lot just because there's not a whole heck of a lot in here, so I didn't want to drown it. But well, the palate has definitely changed, or the nose, I should say. There's more cut grass. Yeah, a lot of cut grass smell to it. Like vegetables, like if you're in the garden and you've got a garden vegetable garden, you got like lettuce and peas, smell bean sprouts kind of smell to it, as well as like almost like a after the rain, not during the rain, but after a summer rain, and it's then you've got that earthy smell to it when it's you know, on the ground, when you're in, you know, if you're around the garden and stuff, and it's got that earthy kind of smell to it. and a bit of a hint of spice. Yeah, a hint of spice. And a really, 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 like, you almost got to be looking for it, but a really light smell of red licorice. You know, a little bit of sweet smell to it. So, yeah, let's try it on the palate here and see what it's like. Wow, that's actually quite nice. Yeah, that is actually really nice. Yeah, the spice is still there, but it's really, really, really light. It's still there though. It's not as prominent, but it's still there on the tongue. Definitely mouth feeling, very, very creamy. Creamy notes and stuff like all over the inside of your mouth. Still a little tiny bit of vegetable notes to it, but not quite as much. A little bit sweeter, but not like sickening sweet by any stretch of the imagination. Just a little tiny bit sweeter. Not bitter at all. That's actually really, really nice. I don't even know if I need to decant this. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think I'm just going to leave it just kind of like that. You know, let it open up a little bit. And I think that might do it. I don't know if I really need to decant this one. It's not as bad as I thought it would be, you know. Like, people that have tried it, they're like, oh my god, this was absolutely terrible, it wasn't very good at all. But it's like a night and day over you decanting it and adding some water to it. I didn't find it that bad at all, you know. Like, honestly, I thought it was actually pretty good right off the bat. Definitely changes with the water. The finish is still medium, you know, with some of that cut grass, hay kind of notes to it, vegetable kind of notes, creamy, mouth filling. Yeah, it's actually pretty good. So I don't even know if I need to really decant this. I think I'm just going to leave it like this, let it open up a bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to dram out 2 ounces of this here for you guys as well, and put it in a little 2-ounce jar or bottle, and get it out to you. We've got the Highland Park 12-year-old already drammed out. I'm going to run over into the cellar here and grab that little box that we've already got started, and I'll show it to you kind of how we're doing it, kind of like how we do the cigars, if that works for you. And then once this is full, I'll send it out to one of my subscribers. So hang on one more second. I'll be right back. I just want to show it to you. All right, I am back here. This is the box that it will come in. So a little black box like this, and then you'll open it up, and inside you will have however many of these little guys here that we can fit in. So these are 2-ounce dram bottles. Not the standard 1 ounce that everybody passes around. I like to do 2 ounces, so you've got enough to share with someone, or try it back a little later, you know, and maybe sample it with other scotches and stuff that you'll get from me here. So yeah, hope you guys are kind of into that or like that. Let me know if that's something you guys are interested in. I've done a video on it already. I don't think it's out yet. Who knows? It might be. I'm not sure. I've already recorded it. I just need to finish editing it and everything like that. So I'm not sure where this is going to be in that. But I archive these bottles here as well. So I always take 2 ounces, sometimes 4 or even up to 6 ounces of whiskey or rum or scotch or vodka or kind of whatever I like, and I archive that, and then I've got that sitting in my cellar as well for later dates. You know, I mean, who knows, like this might, you know, change in 10 years and or maybe discontinue, who knows, right? And but then you've got a bottle to try later on, or to sample against a newer release of the same thing. So I always like to archive my the stuff that I have, and kind of save it for the future. And because things do change, and sometimes when these bottles are gone, they're gone, or maybe I might not ever buy another bottle of this Old Forester 1920. I highly doubt that, because this is absolutely incredible. And when we sample that, you guys will be getting one of these as well. And you can see that there's only about that much left on it. It is really good, guys. You'll like that one a lot. But anyway, that is that. I'm going to get, like I said, 2 ounces of this set aside for you guys. Yeah, this was pretty good. I was very surprised with it. More surprised than I thought it would be, because some of the people that I've watched online and talked to, you know, didn't really care for it until it opened up, or they had butter on it. But I thought it was pretty good right off the bat. The indie bottle that I tried, it was definitely at Toad in the Hall. I didn't really care for, you know, although we were sampling like 7 or 8, maybe 10 different bottles that night too. So who knows? I don't know. It could have been really good, but maybe I was comparing it to something that I had already, and it wasn't quite as good as maybe the one beforehand. But anyway, yeah, hope you like that. Please like and subscribe. I'd really truly appreciate it. Share this with your friends if you know anybody who may find value in this kind of stuff. I really appreciate that a lot. Take care. We'll talk to you real soon, and there's going to be a lot more videos of this coming up. I'm going to do some more scotches here, some more whiskeys. Let me know in the comments as well when we put this together. I'll probably, well, we just kind of started it, so let me know if you're interested in just all bourbon sample pack, or an all whiskey, like Canadian whiskey, or all Scotch, or a combination of kind of everything, like a real you know, combo of everything that we tried, and you gotta get a sample of that. So put that in the comments below too, see what you guys are up you know, into, and you know, if we get enough people that are just like, well, I just want all bourbon, or I just want all Scotch, or I just want all, you know, Canadian whiskey because we can't get it down here, we could certainly do that as well. Not sure what we're going to do with this one here, whether it's going to be a combination of everything, but I have a lot of booze, guys. I've got a lot. Probably just as much booze and stuff like that as I do cigars. So there's going to be lots to come, for sure. And yeah, and we may go back to some of these things after they've opened up a bit, and they'll definitely taste differently than what they'll be in your sample bottle, because these will be, once these are put in the bottle and locked in, that's the flavor you're going to get, you know, at the time of tasting. So it's not going to change on you. It's not going to open up. It's not going to do anything until you guys open it up and then make those changes. So this is a fresh bottle here, right here. So you guys, this is what that will taste like going into this little box. So what I tasted today is what you guys will get. So we may go back to this later on and see what it's like opened up, and if I've got enough, then we can certainly put that into another box, and that will taste different than the one that you guys are getting today, because that's an opened up flavor profile. But anyway, yeah, so yeah, hope you like that. Please like and subscribe. Share this with anybody that you may that they think that they may enjoy, and we'll talk to you real soon. Thanks for watching, and take care.